Hi, I'm Jonathan M0JSX and I have been on Amazon again and I found 5 products which you might be interested in, and this is the PSA that these are affiliate links. I will earn a tiny commission for pointing you in the direction of these products, but you don't pay any more than if you were to buy these products anyway. First up is this, which is the Windcamp Gypsy. I've played one of these before. They are fantastic. You've got a little one-to-one balun and 2 coils of wire, and essentially it's a dipole, but it's sort of an infinitely adjustable dipole, but it's got little markers for the amateur bands which we might be interested in. So you could get this tuned anywhere between 5 and 50 megahertz. There are little taps for the various amateur bands. I say taps, they're little like collars on the wire. So you pull it out to the, if you wanted to say up around the on the 20 meter band, let's just say, when you put it out to the 14 megahertz tag, you lop it off. So you tie it off, and then you extend out with a bit of rope. Do that both sides, and hey presto, you've got a resonant dipole antenna for 20 meters. If you wanted to go to 40, well then you untie it, you roll off a bit more wire till you get to the 7 megahertz little collar. Again, you tie that off and off you go. These work really, really well. They are rated for up to 100 watts of PEP. So if you're running FM or FT8, just take that into consideration. But they work really nicely. It's an SO239 on the bottom, as you can see here. Here's what the actual coil itself looks like. So you can see like the little metal collars, which are just embossed with the frequency, all come to a nice carry bag. Really, if you're buying a portable radio, which I know a lot of people are, obviously there's the new Yaesu FTX1, which is already shipping in the States, and I believe the UK is expecting them this week. So if you're looking at one of those and you're looking for a nice compact antenna, this could be a really nice option for you. However, some people, must admit, do want to have a more traditional multiband antenna. When I say traditional, I mean without having to adjust the antenna. And well, I've picked out a simple end-fed halfway 49:1. So this is just the transformer in a box. You will have to add your own wire to this one. This one is rated for 100 watts. Again, of course, add the particular length of wire you want. Now it says here that it's designed for 4 bands between 5 and 35 megahertz. I'm suspecting they mean that that's because they're envisioning you using it with a 20 meter length of wire to get 40 upwards. But you could just use a 10 meter length of wire and get 20 and 10 meters. You could use a 40 meter length of wire and get 80 meters as well. The only thing to bear in mind is that a 49:1 is typically not as efficient as a 64:1 winding on 80 meters. By the by, if you want a cheap and simple 49:1 unknown, as it technically just says balun there, but they are an unknown. Well, you just need to add some wire. Well, that's a really good option, rated for 100 watts. If, however, you wanted something a little bit more do-it-yourself and a little bit more QRP, well, here is a nice option as well. So this is a really cheap, £6.04. DIY, end-fed half-wave, comes with everything you need with a BNC. I mean, there's not a lot to this. Again, you're going to have to add your own wire. It says here 5 watts. It also mentions 10 watts down here. So yeah, I think if you're running 5 watts, that's going to be pretty safe. If you're running 10 watts, short overs, because that core is going to get saturated pretty quickly. But yeah, to be honest, it looks pretty standard. You just need to add a half wavelength of wire for the particular band you want to use, and off you go. Absolutely fine. And you can't go wrong for £6.04. Rope. I always run out of paracord. I'm not sure about you. So I was having a look the other day on Amazon for some paracord. I've got one of these on the way. It hasn't actually arrived yet, but I thought, you know what, I can't be the only one who's looking for rope. It's antenna season. So here is a roll. It's a 30-meter length of olive green. I quite like the olive green. It's a bit military. I mostly like it because where I have got a couple of anchor points in the trees behind the house, and I kind of want the rope to disappear into them, and olive green is the most effective colour for doing that. So yeah, £10.49 for 30 metres of paracord. Again, it's simple stuff really, but it's always good to have some on hand. And finally, the other day, here's a bit of a weird tangent. The other day I was on Amazon because I was looking for a USB to DC barrel connector for my wife. My wife's got one of these mirrors. It's got a ring light around it for doing her makeup. Anyway, so I had to find out what size the socket was, the DC socket. Well, it turns out it's the same size as my IC705 and a whole bunch of other radios, which is the 5.5 by 2.5 millimeter DC barrel connector. And I was then thinking, wouldn't it be good if this connector in a USB-C socket for power delivery, and so I could give it 12 volts from like a laptop charger. And well, I found one. So this is USB-C to 5.5 by 2.5 millimeter, 12 volts. It's got in the USB-C socket, it's got a particular chip. So when it does the negotiation with whichever supplier you plug it into, it knows to supply 12 volts. Yeah, I think this is a really good and simple thing. So you can plug it into 705. I think the FTX one has that same connector as well. I know lots of, I think Zygi also use that 5.5 by 2.5. Yeah, lots of radios use that connector. So I thought I'd include it in this list. So you could, if you've got a like a portable power supply that's got a USB-C with power delivery, then you could use this cable in order to plug into your radio to either charge it or run the radio from that battery pack, or as a laptop power supply, for instance. £6.85. Can't really say that's not a fair deal. Thanks very much for watching. I've left a link to my Amazon storefront down below. As I say, I earn a tiny amount of commission if you choose to purchase any of these products, but it doesn't cost you a penny more. Just go support me, help me run the channel, and ultimately bring you more interesting stuff going forward. If you've liked this video, there's a button specifically for that. If you haven't, there's another one that seems to work just fine too. And if you haven't already done so, please do click on that subscribe button and also click that notification bell, and you'll be told whenever I upload a new video. There's another video coming up over here that the algorithm thinks that you'll like next. Until next time, 73. Bye-bye.